Hey guys, I'm back again with every allied unit of US Army explained. Okay, I can't wait to check this out. All right, I guess this should be top 10 Special Forces US Special Forces as well. I don't know. Please let me know your thoughts on this video in the comment, and if there's a part of it you think that if there's anything about this video that's not been portrayed, please put it down in the comment. All right, without delay, let's dive in.
Today we'll talk about the U.S. Army's most elite units, the ones stepping up when the heat is on. From Gray Fox's covert intel missions to Delta's high-stakes ops, we're breaking down what makes these units truly legendary. A few special ops units fly under the radar quite like intelligence support activity. This unit, originally known as Task Force Orange, has gone by a bunch of names: Centra Spike, Fog, and Gray Fox, to name a few. They're wrapped in so much mystery that hardly anyone knows. The Pentagon, of course, plays the who, us card, often denying any knowledge of their work, or even their existence. Before they rolled with the ISA name, they were called the Field Operations Group FOG. FOG was put together because the military felt like they needed better intel gathering capabilities behind enemy lines. On March 3, 1981, FOG became a permanent unit and got rebranded as the ISA. But getting into the ISA, it's no cakewalk. First off, you've got to already be part of the Special Ops Group. After that, it's a whole process. The ISA is all about gathering human intelligence and signals intelligence. They're the go-to squad when other special ops teams hit a wall because they're missing key intel. Some of their wild missions include hunting down Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar, rescuing Army General James Dozier, and taking out enemy lookout spots in Afghanistan to keep our guys safe. Some folks call them Task Force Brown, while others straight up fear them as the Ghosts. To the public, they're the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, SOAR. But in the Army and Special Ops circles, they're known as the legendary Night Stalkers. Their motto, "Death waits in the dark," pretty much says it all. These guys run their ops after sundown, flying through pitch black skies in some of the wildest conditions imaginable. They're hands down the best pilot the Army's got, and they go through.
You know, guys, every time I'm watching Special Forces, it feels as though I'm watching a superhero movie, sort of, and this feels even more real than the movie does. This is just
Months of grueling training before they're even considered mission ready. These Night Stalkers conduct their missions all over the globe, from the scorching deserts of the Middle East to the dense jungles of tropical Asia, and pretty much everywhere in between. Next on our list is Special Forces. Whether they're riding donkeys through the rough mountains of Afghanistan, building guerrilla armies in Vietnam, or training local police to take down drug cartels in Colombia, the Green Berets have earned the rep as the most flexible and specialized force in the U.S. military's toolbox. The Oppressor Liber, which translates to free the oppressed, isn't just some fancy motto. It's a serious mission. And not just any military group can live up to that. Maybe that's why the Green Berets' legendary feats have been immortalized in songs, movies, and countless books. People sometimes mix up the Special Forces with other Special Operation Forces, but these guys, they're in a league all to their own. They've got combat skills and recon game down, but they go way beyond, which is known as foreign internal defense. They are trained in languages, culture, diplomacy, psychological warfare, and even how to dish out a little disinformation. Their operation can be anything from giving an Afghan tribal chief the inside scoop on how to lock down his power, to pulling off a lightning-fast raid on a guerrilla outpost deep in the Central American jungle, or even acting as bodyguards for Eastern European leaders. They're quite literally America's first line of defense, as they are deployed years before a war takes place. That's why they're called soldier diplomats and quiet professionals. The Rangers' legacy goes way back to the early days of America's founding, but the modern-day Rangers got the roots that stretch all the way back to World War II. Across the Special Operations community, you've got the gap between operators and enablers, Alpha teams and Bravo teams, direct action and support roles. But in the Ranger Regiment, that divide doesn't exist. Everyone's a Rangers first, no matter what. The 75th is an airborne light infantry combat group under the U.S. Army Special Operations Command. Their motto, "Rangers lead the way," isn't just for show. It's got some serious history during World War II. These guys are the only unit that's been deployed non-stop since 9/11. The 75th Ranger Regiment calls Fort Moore, Georgia, home. With over 23 years of back-to-back combat, Rangers are some of the most deployed forces in the U.S. military. They've been everywhere, from Korea and Vietnam to Grenada, Panama, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
Yeah,
What
that's
really
what
sets
I'm
them
very
apart from other elite units is their ability to roll out in a large formation light infantry force and get the job done. Delta Force, officially known as 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, is a premier fighting force of the U.S. Army. Over the years, Delta has gone through a few name swaps. Even though most people still call it Delta Force, it's been renamed the Combat Applications Group CAG, and now goes by the Army Compartmented Elements ACE. But most of the folks probably stick with calling it Delta. The unit is mostly known for its Tier 1 counterterrorism ops, taking down high-value targets. These guys handle everything from direct action raids and hostage rescues to working undercover with the CIA. They're also the ones providing security for top leaders when they roll through war zones. Delta Force was created to be the U.S. version of Britain's SAS, thanks to Colonel Charles A. Beckwith, a Green Beret who had spent time with the SAS. While a lot of their training is closely guarded secret, Colonel Beckwith spilled some details in his book Delta Force. He talked about the brutal tests early recruits had to go through just. And let's be real, it's no secret that only the best of the best make it into this super exclusive force. In fact, about 90% of those who try out end up washing out before they even get close. Keep in mind, these are folks who've already served in the Ranger Regiment and Special Forces.
wow.
Soldiers from the 95th Civil Affairs Brigade are like the go-to connectors for military commanders and U.S. ambassadors. They're all about building solid relationships with key folks in the local area to help hit U.S. government goals. These teams link up with the U.S. Department of State, NGOs, and locals, whether it's a chill situation, something brewing, or straight up hostile. Plus, 95th Civil Affairs Unit is all ready to roll out at a moment's notice, whether it's to a tiny village off the beaten path or a big city anywhere across the globe, to help host nations figure out what it really needs, pulling together locals and outside resources to keep things stable for the long haul, while working to break down and wipe out violent extreme groups or their toxic ideas. You'll find them stepping in for disaster prevention, helping manage the aftermath, and getting involved with programs that support people and build up communities. PSYOP soldiers are handpicked for their IQ, flexibility, and ability to keep their cool no matter what. They break down the big picture, zero in on physical targets and specific groups, give advice on how to hit the right psychological notes, and come up with strategies to influence the situation. These soldiers craft messages and actions that hit where it hurts, and just in the right moment, and then check to see if it all worked. Rolling in small, tight-knit teams, PSYOPs can handle military info ops, carry out deception plans for the DoD, help build up allies, influence game, and when the president calls, they're ready to step in and support civil authorities. They're a tight-knit sisterhood of female combat warriors.
So I was just about to ask if women ever get to serve in the Delta Force, but then now you have Cultural Special Forces, which is made up of women. Oh my God, this is just awesome.
The alphas of the alphas, who are out there on the front lines with Army Rangers and Green Berets. These cultural support teams, made up of elite women specifically selected and trained to roll with special ops in direct combat. Their main job? To connect with the women and children in these areas, especially when it's a cultural no-go for male service members to step in. U.S. Army Special Reactions Teams, SRTs, are like the Army's version of elite cops, specially trained to jump into action when things go sideways on base. Just like civilian SWAT teams, SRTs get the call when regular military police need backup. These teams are ready to take on active shooters, barricaded suspects, hostage rescue, counterterrorism, VIP protection, high-risk arrests, and sniper incidents. And that's a wrap on the elite units of the U.S. Army. If you want to learn more about the elite units of the Marine Corps, just click on the I button and let us know in the comments what you'd like us to cover in the next video.
That's great. Elite U.S. Army explained. Okay, this is the elite U.S. Army. Oh, it's amazing. Wow, that's great. I didn't know the U.S. Army is divided in so many, divisions. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comment, all right? And I'll see you in my next video. I mean, your girl, Lauren.